you're not afraid to be yourself. And I think that's a big thing, especially in social media and in real life. Be who you are portraying to be on social media in person. Hey guys, welcome to Beauty Bound podcast with Crystal and Jackie.
Yep. Hey guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about authenticity and staying true to yourselves in your business and just your mindset. And before we get started, I wanted to briefly chat just about our week, I guess. I swear, guys, I am still constantly trying to figure out my bookkeeping, I guess. And I was talking to Crystal over the weekend, and I was telling her, like, I made another error. And I said, girl, you probably look at all my questions about bookkeeping when I text her and think, well, what the fuck is this girl?
But it was so funny because I see that text. You're all excited. Oh, I was able to pay myself today, and I was like, I looked at it. I was like, you mean your tips? And you're like, oh, I don't even keep track of that. I was like, okay, so how? Like in my head when I was there, I was like,
I know.
Then how in the fuck did she transfer like money to herself? Like why? And that's why I called her. I was like,
She calls me like, so let's transfer it back so you can pay yourself and your tips. I said, I don't even look at my tips.
Oh my
Should I
God.
be doing this?
Yes. So I told her, today we're talking, after our podcast today, we're going to have a conversation about this. You cannot be transferring money over like that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to deduct.
No. I was like, no, yeah, seriously. I was like, wait, what are you? No, let's talk. You can't pay yourself like that. That's why you have a bookkeeper.
That'll be episode 5.
I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing, Jackie? No, but and that's why I tell you, like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's how the fuck are you supposed to know? We never actually discussed like how that was gonna happen because we hadn't been there yet.
Right.
Now that we're there, all right, let's fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
You can't pay yourself until I tell you can.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't fuck with your money yet. Like, I got it.
I know. She handles just my whole life, and I'm so grateful. But how has your week been?
It's actually been pretty hectic. It was a very busy weekend. We went to Austin this weekend.
Fun.
Yeah, we went in, and my nephews are here from San Diego. So we dropped them off at the airport. That was cool. We made a whole trip out of it. And then we went to this little store called H Mart.
Oh.
So it's an Asian store. Like, it's all kinds of like Korean food. And it's a grocery store, actually. And my daughter is a foodie. So she bought all kinds of shit to cook. And, so that was pretty cool. And while we were out there, my son had a photo shoot. So we did that. And Sunday, honestly, was just fucking resting. I was so tired. I think it's been a very hectic month already and busy month. So, yeah, but that was pretty much it. And I think this week it's been more... Actually, it's only fucking Tuesday and I've been really busy. So never mind. Yeah, it's just been crazy, busy.
Oh yeah, same here. I've been just a little stressed, but it's getting better. Just fixing the AC in my car has been a struggle. I just have hot air blowing on me, and it's not ideal. But I'm
especially not this fucking weather. We're like, what was it today? 103, 104, maybe.
Yeah, it felt like it.
I don't know. It feels like you're in hell.
Basically, the AC wasn't working at my spa either. Mm-hmm. So sugaring is temporarily off the menu until I just figure out like new sugar to use and just like like adding just more things to the room.
Like is that even a fucking possibility though? Like to get different kind of sugar? Like
So I have to get a stiffer paste, like a firmer, harder paste so it doesn't, melt as easily. And I was taking tips from sugarists in like South America on what to do. I'm like, damn.
Seriously.
This is crazy. And I have hard paste. I just haven't tried it yet, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think I have to act like I'm in South America for the time being. And then add like another AC unit or something and a dehumidifier to my room to make sure that the sugar doesn't get stiff.
Do you have a window in that opens up? And I'm not saying to open it. So where my mind's going with this is a window unit?
Yeah, I don't know if it opens actually.
I'm trying to like picture your studio right now.
I've never tried to open it.
Because you have two windows, but I think they're just like the stationary windows. I don't think it actually has. Yeah, you can't open them. I just remembered because seeing them from outside, there's no fucking way to open windows. Yeah, so you're fucked.
I mean, I wouldn't want to.
I mean, I know, but I'm saying like if you were to put a window unit, then it's covered. It's not like nothing's coming in. But
oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because it kind of sucks, especially with this weather. Fuck that.
I know. I'm going to figure it out, and then sugaring will be back soon. Yeah. Or maybe in the freaking winter time it'll come back. I'm totally kidding. No, I'm going to figure it out soon.
Winter time. Like, I'm sorry. Now it works, guys. It didn't before, but it works now. Oh, right. Man. Yeah, but so today I think a lot of the things we want to talk about, and specifically is, like you said, being authentic, because a lot of times imposter syndrome, that happens a lot. You see other people and you're like, oh my God, that looks cool. I think I want to do that. But you forget to kind of look at your true, like what you want to decorate, how you want to act, how you want to do things, or just being yourself, I think. I don't know if.
Yeah, and it's fun to follow trends, like those cute videos that other estheticians do, or maybe hairstylists, and they use the same like voice in their reels. I'm just referring to Instagram for this point, but yeah, it's fun sometimes to just copy a reel, but still staying true to what you do and how you want to present yourself as well. And you have to ask yourself, does this relate to you, or is this relating to who you saw do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I know there's been times even for myself where I see something and I'm like, oh man, like I like those colors. I want to do that. But then I'm like, wait, are those really my colors? Is that really what I like? Because like you said, you do want to follow trends. You do want to be all cute and shit. But it's like, and that's why I think I tell you, like, man, for me to go in front of the camera, I think, and it's crazy because here I'm like, oh, cool. Like we literally have 3 cameras right now and I'm okay with it. And I don't know if it's because I'm comfortable and I know that, honestly, I don't even know why the fuck, but when I do any reels or when I do any videos on my actual Instagram, I don't even fucking go back and I don't look at it. It's one of those like, okay, I say what I need to say. And if it's good, cool. If it's not, oh, well, too bad. I post it and I don't even fucking look at it because I'm too fucking like self-conscious about like, what if I fucked it up? Oh, well.
That is amazing. I stress over sometimes, I've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of voiceovers for my reels. So I can just, post it once my voice sounds correct. But I mean, surprisingly, this podcast has gone well so far.
Yeah.
Considering, I had so many issues before talking to the camera. And my husband told me, he said, Jackie, you don't even sound like yourself. I said, what? I'm just trying to sound normal. And then I was like, wait, okay. I'm not normal, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I need to, sound like me and not be just another schmo, I don't know, on Instagram.
Yeah.
And at first it was kind of difficult, but, the more you do it, it just becomes natural.
Yeah.
Everything takes time, and like this is just one of those things.
Yeah. And I think, And I think I told you this the first time when our first intro podcast. I was so afraid of what my sound was going to sound like. And when I put on, the headphones, I was like, oh my God. And I heard my voice and I was like, oh shit, wait, this is cool. It's not bad. But I don't know. It's just one of those things that you always try to sound professional. You always try. I know for me, like when I'm on the phone, it's always, my husband calls it the customer service voice. he's like when you answer your phone, like your voice kind of like goes like pitched. And I'm like, okay. And he's not wrong, because it does change. It's a customer service voice. Mm-hmm. But doing this, I was like, am I gonna sound the same or? Mm-hmm. But no, it's true. We're us. And why should we try to change our voice just so that it's appealing to other people? I think people should like our voices, or not like our voices just how they are, not just because of who we're trying to sound like.
Yeah. And another thing too is I see these beautiful rooms sometimes on Instagram, and these like, oh, here's my spa tour. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you're like, oh my God, I wish my spa looked like that. But no, my other reel I did a couple weeks ago was just me taking a midday nap. And that's just...
I love that one.
That was just me, guys.
Yeah, no, and I love that one. I don't know, I think so many people on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, they're always trying to set everything to look aesthetic and to look whatever. But when do you ever see, and whether it's a hairstylist, because I know I never did. As a hairstylist, I never posted what my area looked like after I was done doing hair or in the middle of me doing hair. Because I always thought, imagine if somebody was to see the way my room looks right after I'm done with a client, they would never want to come in here. But like, what the fuck? I'm doing hair. It's always going to be a mess. Like, there was foil everywhere. Sometimes there was hair color on the floor. And it was because it just happens. Like, you're just in the zone trying to get your work done. And you don't pay attention to anything else around you. Once you're done, you're tired. And so you pick up all the minimum stuff and make it look as decent as possible if you don't have a client. Sometimes I would be done till 2 a.m. because I only worked in the evenings. And by 2 a.m, I was tired. I was like, okay, I'll come back earlier tomorrow and I'll pick up my shut up.
Oh,
but nobody posts that. Nobody ever posts that,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I say the same thing. I tell myself, oh, I'll come back later to do the rest of my, like, what I need to get done.
Yeah.
Does that happen? No. Yeah. I wait till the next morning.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for me, as long as I make sure I've gotten all the laundry.
Yeah.
If I forget, let's say, my towels in the warmer, that has happened before. Like, I'll go right back because that's just that's just a hassle, and I don't want to like break my device. I barely know how to work it, first of all. But there's just certain things I'll just go back later, or the next day I'll just go in early and finish up what I needed to. If I need to leave everything out, so be it.
Yeah.
I'll fix it tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think things like that need to be normalized. Not everybody has a perfect space right after you're done working. Yes, it's going to look perfect before you walk in, but everybody's always just posting the best things. And I guess the trailer of their lives or what they want their lives to be, but nobody actually sees behind the scenes. And I think if you are able to show your behind the scenes, a lot more people could relate to you. I've always said, for me, the clients that I've always had is because I could vibe with them. When doing hair, a big part of me, I think, that I stopped doing hair was also I couldn't handle some of the shit people said sometimes.
What?
And it was just some of the things I would just have to sit there and listen to them. And I think one of my, the last month that I was there, as I kept on having clients, I was like, how is it that you're going around and saying this, the things that you're saying to people? Kindness for me is a big thing. I'm very honest and I'm very blunt and I cuss a lot. I'm not going to even, and you've seen that. Like, I'm not going to change who I am, but I'm not going to be a dick. Like, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be authentic. And what I tell you things is going to be straight to your face. I'm not going to sit there and talk shit behind your back. And to hear some clients just, that's all they had was just nasty comments towards people or about people. And it's just like, okay, like, why don't you just tell them how you feel, And that's part of being authentic. And I think that was one of the things that made me not want to do hair, amongst other things. But it wasn't feeling good in my heart. Like, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, dealing with all these fucking people's negative energy, Yeah. And I had really great clients that I loved when they came into the salon because it was just, we vibed together. We would sit there and I would do their hair. We would cry together. We would laugh together. And a lot of them became friends, But yeah, I think it becomes hard when you're trying to be honest and be authentic to people, but what you're getting back is not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Like, I can relate too. I mean, sometimes I just worry. I'm like, oh, like, how are they going to be before they come?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. I'll just still be myself.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't like me, they just don't have to come back.
Yeah. And I was at the beginning of when I started doing hair, I was worried about people not, and even when I was younger, actually, not just, but I was worried about people not liking me. And I was worried about having to put up this front so that people would like me because maybe, I don't know, I cussed too much or maybe I was too weird or whatever the case might be. And how you see me act, that's how I am. And I talk a lot of shit. So, but not in a, I'm going to put you down type of way. Like, I don't know, I just like to joke around a lot. And
no, yeah, and I love that. And you have, your own unique style, personality, and, you're blunt and you don't care. And then I'm just very go with the flow. Yeah. I try to be quite stress-free. I try to be about, I guess, I don't know. There's certain little things I feel like I worry about, and then there's bigger things I don't worry about that maybe I should. Sometimes I'm very up and down, but I feel like since I have been more myself on my Instagram profile and talking to my audience, that I have generated people that are of the same nature. And I have just been enjoying my clients so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think because you do make posts that are funny and they're informative, but there's also like a kind of fun that goes into them. And you're not worried about, oh, is this perfect? Or does this look like this? Or is my lighting good? Or does my face look weird? Like, you're not worried about any of that. You're honestly putting out pretty good content. That's it. And I like it. So it's funny.
You.
And I always tell you, like, oh my God.
Yeah, even if I make a fool out of myself, I just think, well, maybe someone can relate.
Yeah.
Because I posted something the other day. I said, I think it was last night, I made the mistake and I posted this morning. I kept telling my husband, like, man, I was losing my temper. I'm losing my temperature. I'm just losing my temperature. And he was giving me like the biggest just...
He was like, what the fuck?
He was staring at me and just with this huge grin and smile, and he was just about to laugh.
Yeah.
He said, Jackie, do you hear what you're saying?
You're like, no.
I said, no, what do you mean? I said, oh, I'm losing my temper.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's the heat, guys.
Yeah. But see, and that's the thing. You're not afraid to be yourself. And that's, I think that's a big thing, especially in social media and in real life. Be who you are portraying to be on social media and person, because you don't want to be somebody's, you know, I don't know, somebody's hero, or somebody they look up to you, or they think, oh my gosh, she's like the best thing ever. And then you know, they meet you in person and you're a fucking asshole. You know, that's happened before. There's a lot of YouTubers. There's a lot of, you know, influencers, I guess. You could say that when you see them online, you're just like, oh my God, like I can't wait to meet them, you know? And then you meet them and they're assholes. They're little shits. Yeah.
Yeah, I just went to a networking event. Remember the one you invited me to, the
Oh my
Barbie
God,
brunch?
yes, and my
And she didn't end up going.
I know, but I have a good explanation for that. Like, in my head, it's a good explanation. I literally went to buy my ticket, and then I was at the doctor's office. They called me up, and I literally was on the freaking page to pay for it. Mm-hmm. They called me in, and then when I went in, I came out. I fucking forgot about the ticket. Till that night when you said something, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go buy it. And that shit was sold out. I was so mad at myself.
I was like, I got like just slightly stressed. And I thought, do I even go without Crystal? I said, okay, no, I need to push myself to talk to people and put myself out there and network and whatever. And I did meet some people I had been following online for a while, and they were really nice. So
that's awesome.
So this was a good experience, right?
That's good.
And it's so funny. Some people told me like, "Oh wow, you actually do have good skin too in person."
What, do they think it was a filter?
I don't know. I see other Estes. I know they're using a freaking filter. I know it because I see these other photos online that other people took, and I'm like, that ain't you.
You're like, nope. But yeah, because you do have good skin. It's not a filter, guys. Whatever you see on her Instagram really is what her skin looks like.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Yeah, no filters.
Yeah. But it looked like it was a lot of fun, though.
It was a lot of fun, for sure. And I met some great people. Finally got to meet some people I'd been following for a while, and new people. It was, it was great. Got lots of business cards, lots of follows.
That's awesome. Because that was from La Jefa podcast, right?
Yep.
Yes. I know. I was I was honestly really looking forward to it.
I know.
I fucked up.
There will be more. I
dropped the ball. Huh?
There's going to be more.
Oh, I thought you said there won't be more. I was like, bitch.
No, there will be more. There's always more.
Yes. No. I think there was one on Sunday that I wanted to go to. I took a nap and I fucking forgot about it.
Oh, no.
So, you know, I think I need to like rest so that I could like, from all my hectic shit that's just been going. Because I need to go to these networking events. I think they look like a lot of fun, and I hate that I keep on missing them. But I know I know there's a few coming, so we shall be there.
Yes, and we shall post, and I'll buy her ticket if I have to.
So I won't forget. Matt, you know, sometimes my brain just decides to forget shit.
It's okay.
A lot of the time.
You're a busy mom, so you have 4.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
4. You know, I think it's I try to do everything in between, like picking up my daughter and dropping her out, or dropping her off and picking her up, so that way, once I'm out the house, like I get to do all that. But sometimes I'm just like, fuck, I need a nap.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was today. I'm like, I needed a nap the moment I got up, but it's okay. I'm good now. I'm awake, and I'm excited to be here. I think I always get excited to come and record.
I do too now.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I just used to hate just talking.
Right. And it's crazy. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. And the environment, I do want to give a shout out to Peachtree Rose Marketing, because honestly, like, they've created a space that is so wonderful, and it's such a vibe. And I always say this every time that I'm in here, but the space in here is so freaking awesome. I'll record a little video like before we leave, and I'll post it on Instagram.
Yes.
So you guys could see, but it's so cool. Like, just, I don't know. And you know, everyone in that works for Peachtree Rose Marketing is so amazing. They're all so nice. So I love coming here. I really do. I sat here earlier, and I literally sat here in the quiet for a bit, and I enjoyed it. It was, I don't know. I just love everything about being here.
Yeah. I love the space. I love the people.
Yes. And I think that's another thing. I think they're authentic, and that's what they're trying to put out. And I know we keep on going back to authenticity, but it has a lot to do with how you run your business too. You don't want to show a completely different person online, and somebody comes into your spot, whether you do hair, makeup, waxing, or facials, whatever it is that you do in life. And it doesn't just have to be in the beauty industry. Whatever kind of job you have, be yourselves, be friendly. Like, always remember that in the spot that you're in, you're there because you want to be there, not because anybody's forcing you to be there. So don't be an asshole to people just because you had a rough day. Like, we all have rough days. It doesn't mean we get to be jerks to people. It's just, you wouldn't like it if people were dicks to you. So treat others how you want to be treated.
Absolutely. And just professionalism in general. I mean, okay. Like, some of us are sloppy. But you just have to be professional about it. There are ways to maybe, not. Like, there's certain things where I'm like, okay, if you do have a bad day, are you going to reschedule people or no? I mean, for me, it's like, okay, just show people or treat people how you would want to be treated. And just remember that in your business.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of the times, too, the customer is not always right. And sometimes customers and clients like to treat their hairstylist like shit, their esthetician like shit, or anybody like shit. Just because we work in the service industry, and I say we because I've worked in the hair industry, just because we work in the service industry does not give you a right to look down on us, because we own our businesses, we run our businesses, and we work really hard for our businesses. So it doesn't mean you get to come into our place of work and treat us like shit. Because yes, you're a client, but we could choose to not have you as a client, the same way that we choose to service you as a client. So we are always trying to do the best thing for our clients. We are always trying to educate ourselves, but have some common courtesy when you're running late. Have some common courtesy if you cannot make it. Like, it's horrible when you think you don't have to call or text or any of that. I know that a lot of people do end up getting mad because they get charged a cancellation fee. You got to understand, we work for ourselves. Nobody pays us, except if you don't come in, guess what? We don't have anybody on that chair. So the authenticity doesn't just come for people in the industry. It comes for everyone in general. And you wouldn't like it if your boss all of a sudden told you they weren't going to pay you today, just because they felt like not paying you today. So imagine that. That's what happens to us when you don't show up for your appointment.
Absolutely. And in the beginning, I was giving people the benefit of the doubt. I thought, okay, you forgot about your appointment. Sure, I'll reschedule you. But then, if it becomes a recurring thing, then there's only so much I can take.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just keep losing money.
Yeah.
And we have the right to fire you.
Yes, it's not just one way. It's not just a one-way street. So always remember to be kind, whether you're in the service industry, whether you're just a client, because clients are a big part of our job or our work. And you guys sometimes become part of our family, and I have clients that I'm still friends with and I love them, and friends that I don't know that they've made my life better. I have clients that I don't consider them clients. And even from California, there's still a lot of my old clients that I still talk to because they became friends and they're more like family. And that's what I see them as. So we don't just see you guys as a dollar sign.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are a big part of our business.
For
But
sure.
I know we go back and forth on our conversation
I know.
today. I
I
think
feel
we have
like
a lot to talk about today.
This was just 2 topics in one.
Yes.
But they, they do line up with each other for sure.
But, thank you guys for listening and watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, follow us on Instagram, BeautyBound Texas. It's BeautyBound TX on Instagram and anywhere you could follow us, Instagram, Facebook. But yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I can't wait for next week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.